This week we will be learning about ANOVA. Not this ANOVA. This Chevy Nova is the worst selling car in the history of Mexico. Do you know why? Because in Spanish, Nova means doesn't go. So this car couldn't sell in Mexico because people thought it didn't go. But that's not the ANOVA we're going to be learning about. This week we're going to be learning how to perform an analysis of variance, or an ANOVA test, and a chi-square test. An ANOVA test is a way to find out if survey or experiment results are significant. ANOVA is used to test groups to see if there is a difference between them. In other words, they help you figure out if you need to reject the null hypothesis or accept the alternate hypothesis. There are one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, and multiple or more than two ANOVA. The one-way ANOVA is similar to a t-test. T-tests for differences between means of two independent groups. ANOVA tests for differences between means of two or more groups. ANOVA tests for variation between the means and within each mean. That is, ANOVA uses a different calculation. Its value is in looking at variation between and within the means. It not only compares the means like the t-test, but it examines the variation in calculating the means, and two-way refer to the number of independent variables. Examples of when you might want to test different groups. A group of psychiatric patients are trying different therapies, counseling, medication, and biofeedback. You want to see if one therapy is better than others. A manufacturer has two different processes to make light bulbs. They want to know if one process is better than the other. Students from different colleges take the same exam. You want to see if one college outperforms the other. The chi-square is any statistical test where the sampling distribution of the test statistic is a chi-square distribution when the null hypothesis is true. The chi-square test is used to determine whether there is a significant difference between the expected frequencies and the observed frequencies in one or more categories. Chi-square is used when we have two categorical variables, example gender and alive or dead, and we want to determine if one variable is related to another. In ANOVA, we have two or more group means, averages, that we want to compare. In an ANOVA, one variable must be categorical and the other must be continuous. Chi-square test is used to compare categorical variables. There are two types of chi-square test. The goodness of fit test, which determines if a sample matches the population, and a chi-square fit test for two independent variables is used to compare two variables in a contingency table to check if the data fits. A small chi-square value means that data fits. B. A high chi-square value means that data doesn't fit. The hypothesis being tested for chi-square is null if variable A and variable B are independent. For alternate, variable A and variable B are not independent. And for Cobra Kai, strike fast, strike first, no mercy, and sweep the leg.